Ian Lavender, best known for playing Private Pike in Dad's Army, died earlier this month and was laid to rest in a moving funeral service held in Suffolk on Thursday. Ian Lavender, the much-loved actor famous for his role as Private Pike in Dad's Army, was given a touching send-off at his funeral on Thursday. The service took place in a small village in West Suffolk and included heartfelt tributes to the late actor's most iconic role. The actor died earlier this month at the age of 77 and was the last surviving member of the main cast of Dad's Army. His death was announced on February 5. The funeral service included poignant nods to the character he played in the popular BBC series. The coffin of the Birmingham-born actor was draped in the colors of his favorite football team, Aston Villa. Mourners were also treated to emotional performances from well-known figures. Among those paying their respects at St. Mary's Church in Woolpit were Rick Wakeman from the band Yes, singer Alfie Boe, and Tim Healy, known for his roles in Off Wiedersehen Pet and Benidorm. The service was led by Reverend Ruth Farrell, with moving tributes shared by Ian's son Sam Lavender and musician Rick Wakeman. The heartfelt service later saw Wakeman alongside Alfie Boe, delivering a touching rendition of Bring Him Home. Attendees lifted their voices in hymnals, imparting the peaceful notes of Dear Lord and Father of Mankind, as well as Lord of all hopefulness. A jovial note was struck after the service, when attendees were led out by the familiar sounds of the Dad's Army theme tune, played on the church organ. In memory of his iconic role in comedy, an army hat was placed reverently on his coffin together with a scarf bearing Aston Villa's colors. An earlier tweet from a Dad's Army social media account expressing sorrow over Ian's death stated, "We are deeply saddened to hear the passing of the wonderful Ian Lavender." In what truly marks the end of an era, Ian was the last surviving member of the Dad's Army main cast. In another touching tribute on Twitter, X, they added, "His wonderful performance as Private Frank Pike will live on for decades to come. He leaves behind a legacy of laughter enjoyed by millions. We will dedicate this year's tour to his memory. Our thoughts and love are with Ian's wonderful wife, Mickey, their family, and close friends." Hailing from Birmingham, Ian was just 22 when he first appeared in Dad's Army. His successful acting career spanned decades, but he's also remembered for his stint on the popular soap EastEnders. He was often only called Stupid Boy by the grumpy, mane-wearing Arthur Lowe. But the two actors grew a special friendship off-screen despite their 30 years difference in age. In a Dad's Army episode, The Deadly Attachment, Lavender's role played a big part in one of the top moments in British telejest, after Captain Mainwaring tells his young soldier not to tell a German officer his name with the funny phrase, "Don't tell him, Pike." Though once hailed as a masterpiece by the Times, it took 4 years for Dad's Army to really take off. The first reviews weren't that good, and the show almost got canceled 3 or 4 times. In the end, 12 million people fell in love with the show, making the BBC call it one of their biggest comedy wins. It got so famous, it even got its own West End stage show and movie. Ian's character was the youngest in the series, but his hair began to turn gray early due to a family trait. To maintain his youthful appearance on screen, he had to apply cream to his hair to give it a dark, glossy look fitting for a teenager during wartime Britain. He is survived by his wife, choreographer and stage director Michelle Hardy, and their 2 sons, Sam and Daniel.